It's Saturday, June 7th, 2025. So much going on, ladies and gentlemen. I was just watching some of the news this morning, jotted down a bunch of articles. I'm going to share all this with you. Please feel free to comment down below. Make sure that you like this video. Make sure that you subscribe to this channel, and make sure you share this video and all my videos all over your social media. Continue to wake people up. Continue to get people to prepare. We are heading down a very, very ominous road. And as we head down that road, don't be distracted. There's going to be a lot of distractions coming out. You know, this whole Musk-Trump soap opera that's taking place right now. While that's taking place and is distracting as it is, take a look at what's really going on. We're on the verge of World War III. We have a political crack-up in Washington going on, basically a political civil war taking place in Washington, D.C. We have a global bankruptcy underway right now, and the United States going deeper and deeper into debt. So don't be distracted. A lot of big events are taking place right now behind the scenes that are going to affect every one of us. And you know, I was watching the news this morning, these ICE raids that were taking place yesterday in the city of Los Angeles out here in California. Multiple raids taking place, and the amount of people that show up to fight the police, to fight the agents. I'm watching this, and look, whatever side you're on, that's, you know, you can have whatever opinion you want, but there is law. There's supposed to be law in America. And either you're supposed to be here or you're not. And it's just amazing to see how many people want to get physical with the police, how many people can justify lawlessness, how many people can just start throwing rocks and bottles, pick up spray paint cans and start spraying buildings, breaking business windows, breaking up pieces of concrete so that they can throw at officers. But I'm watching these so-called protesters destroying Los Angeles yesterday, and I don't know if more of this is taking place today. I didn't see too much, but I'm sure that it is. But watching this yesterday, I'm watching this and I'm just going, where am I living? This looks like a third world country where people are throwing rocks and bottles, and you've got cops that look like soldiers in military gear. You know, exiting people out of this country who lawfully and legally should not be here. And again, either we have a law or we don't. And you can take whatever side you want, but either we have law or we don't. And then people want to hate the people who are enforcing the law. And I don't know, this was, you know, Friday afternoon. A lot of people must not be working, because there was a lot of people there that certainly were not at work. They were on the streets, graffitiing businesses, damaging property, attacking police. Again, it looks like this is some third world country now, and it's going to get much, much worse. Also, I just want to let you know some of the things that were spray painted on these buildings. Death to America, death to cops. If you live in this country and you're saying things like this, you obviously shouldn't be here. You are a traitor. You obviously don't love this country. Death to America, death to cops. I mean, think about this. Do these people that do this really love America? Do they really belong here in America when you have that much hatred for America and the laws of America? Disgusting. These people are absolutely disgusting. And watching this, it's almost shameful what is happening to the United States. And let me remind all of you, the world is watching this. They're watching America come unattached at the seams. And you're seeing this division. You're seeing so many people with hatred for America that just dislike this country, who were born here, raised here, and just hate this country. And people who've come from other countries come here and hate this country too. It's just amazing, the hatred for America. And I would advise that if you don't like it, you know, find a better place to live. But this is going to get more intense. And you got to be careful out there, ladies and gentlemen. You could land up in the middle of this at some point, wherever you live. Here's one today. Emerging threat of cartel drone attacks at border. Is America prepared? Well, of course you know the answer to that. Of course we're not prepared. I was watching a video today. Peter, what's his name? Peter Santinello. And this guy's got a great channel. Many of you probably watched him. He goes all over the country. Peter Santinello. He's back in North Carolina visiting the storm victims, the Helene storm victims out there in North Carolina. The storm, 7-8 months ago. We were out there. It was just unbelievable destruction. And it is absolutely, almost really literally embarrassing what's going on, because much of the work that's being done is being done by volunteers and donated money. The system, the government has pretty much left these people on their own. And if it wasn't for good people, if it wasn't for the good citizens, if it wasn't for donations, which are slowing way down, they would not have made as much progress as they have so far. But there are so many people living in campers without homes that had to move in with loved ones. They said that, they were offered checks for $30,000 when their house was worth $500,000. Roads still not repaired or rebuilt. Still tons of destroyed homes that haven't been cleared out yet. And they're relying on donations. And don't forget Los Angeles out here. I think they've begun construction on 6 structures out of the 16,000 that burnt to the ground. And I look at North Carolina, I look at Los Angeles, and this is going to be so many years, decades probably to rebuild. The bureaucracy, we had no problem sending $200+ billion to Ukraine, but yet we got people whose houses are still in pieces in North Carolina, homes that still haven't been cleared out in North Carolina or Los Angeles from the Los Angeles fires. Absolutely embarrassing, but yet we can send billions, hundreds of billions of dollars to places that most people could never find on a map. Absolutely embarrassing. And that these people have to rely on donations is absolutely appalling. This, I thought, was the richest nation in the world. I thought America took care of Americans. And my heart goes out to these people in Los Angeles, the people in North Carolina. It's so sad. And we could talk about, many other places, but these two right now I'm talking about, the destruction there. It's unbelievable. It really is unbelievable. So going back to this, the threat with cartel drone attacks at the border, is America prepared? Of course we are not prepared. We cannot not even rebuild these homes in North Carolina. We can't even rebuild in Los Angeles. How would we be prepared for anything like this? We're not prepared for grids going down. We're not prepared for drone attacks. We're not prepared for bad things to happen right here on U.S. soil. We are not prepared. Make sure you're doing whatever you can to be prepared for some bad days ahead, ladies and gentlemen, because I got a bad feeling. I talked about U.S. payrolls yesterday, increasing by 139,000. We talked about where the jobs were: leisure and hospitality, low-wage part-time jobs, healthcare, more low-wage jobs. One thing I didn't touch on, and I want to touch on for a second here. The April job numbers were revised lower by 30,000. Also, March was revised by 65,000 jobs to 120,000. So month after month, again, revisions down. And we'll probably get another revision down on this job number 2, the 139,000 for May. So next month, we'll probably get the revision for that. Over 7 million Americans are unemployed, the most since 2017. This was on MarketWatch, and it says here, it won't get better anytime soon. We can't even repair these cities in North Carolina, Los Angeles. We have over 7 million people unemployed. Of course, we don't include people who've rolled off benefits, who are looking for jobs, people who've come out of college. We don't include independent contractors. So a lot of these people just don't count. We know that the real unemployment number is around 24%. But think about what is going on right now. With this many people unemployed, cities, towns we cannot rebuild across America. This country is absolutely collapsing right before your very eyes. People are looking for work. They can't find it. How many of the jobs that they're telling us are out there? I think they're reporting that there's 7.4 million jobs available out in America. How many of those jobs are fake? Because I keep hearing, reading, and watching people saying that they've applied with hundreds of applications, not heard anything back. Careful with the data, ladies and gentlemen. I think we're really being lied to. TheEconomicCollapse.com, 10 signs of the tremendous economic suffering that is quickly spreading around us. This, I'm not going to go over every one of these, but I'll give you most of them. Homeless is now at the highest level that in U.S. history ever recorded. True unemployment rate, 24%. Almost 25% of Americans are canceling or putting off a major purchase. Meat prices are soaring. We just did a couple steaks the other night. I'll tell you, if you're eating at home and you want to have steaks on the grill, it is now a luxury. It is so expensive. If you're going to eat the good stuff without drugs and hormones, you're going to pay a serious price. And it's getting very expensive just at the grocery store to get the cheaper meats with the drugs and hormones in it. But meat, no doubt, is becoming a luxury. Restaurants that were once thriving are abruptly closing. Coast to coast layoffs. Procter & Gamble just announced 7,000 employees are going to be kicked to the curb. $700 billion in homes for sale now listed. 70% of Americans are financially stressed, yet many of them continue to spend. They're using those credit cards. They're using those buy now, pay laters. They may be stressed, but they have to deal with their stress. And how do they deal with it? They have to go spend more. They have to doom spend. They can't stop. Consumer debt surges in April as student debt soars. This on the Hedge today. Consumer credit growth more than doubled from a revised $8.6 billion to $17.9 billion, the second highest increase since November of 2023. It says here the consumer isn't concerned about a recession. They're doing what they do best, spending. They're out there spending. And many of them, millions of them, spending with money they really don't have. They're spending it by the use of credit cards, buy now, pay later. But think about those credit card rates, 25, 27, 28, 30%. Consumers going to really get themselves in big trouble here. Student loan debt surged $22 billion in the first quarter. How much of that money that is now having to go back to student loan debt is not going to be going back into the U.S. economy? You're going to see more retailers struggle, more restaurants struggle. You're going to see the entire U.S. economy struggle because now people got to pay their debts back. And I don't know what these people were doing over the last 5 years that they couldn't be paying down their debts. Oh, yeah, I do. They thought that we were going to have to pay for it. And now we're not. They are. And so now they got to stop spending at retailers, bars, restaurants, maybe car payments. And now they got to pay their debts back, like their student loan debt. Absolutely shocking what is going on, but the chaos is going to continue, ladies and gentlemen. The uncertainty is going to continue, and this is going to continue to put a lot of stress on the average person. It's going to put a lot of stress on businesses. I've never seen anything like this. I've never seen the news change so rapidly. And feel free to comment down below on any of this. The news, literally, in hours is old news. Yesterday's news, I mean, it's so old that you can't even keep up with this stuff. But I've never seen so much happening all at one time. And we've got a long way to go in 2025. And what could possibly be happening over in Eastern Europe? What could be happening in the Middle East? What could be happening right here? And I'm going to remind every one of you, make sure you prepare with food, water, security, skills, and everything in between, and get your bodies and spirits in the best possible shape that you can. Mentally, physically, spiritually, financially. You need to be working on all this. You need to be multidimensional. We are living, this is not your parents' times. This is not your grandparents' times. We are in 2025 now. The world has completely changed. And we are very susceptible to a lot of things. Agroterrorism, the pathogen that they just caught, the fungus that they just caught. Think about how advanced this is now that a country could attack another country with a pathogen, a fungus that can grow all over crops and can poison animals, livestock, people, destroy crops. Billions, hundreds of billions of dollars in destruction. This is now the world we live in. Cyber attacks, grids going down. Yet we can't even rebuild cities. North Carolina, Los Angeles. Yet China is building a 1,000-acre military base underground. Anybody out there that does not see the collapse happening right now and what's happening to America, look at the division in Washington, look at the division in society, look at the struggle people are having with the economy, look at how many businesses we have lost in the last 5 years. And it's going to get much, much worse, unfortunately. I'm going to leave it there today. Please leave a comment down below. Share this video. Love to know what you're thinking today. Things are rapidly changing. Things are now beginning to accelerate. 10-year bond yield over 4.5% now. Gold well over $3,000. Silver over $36. Remember those people that said, "Oh, I'm going to buy gold when it goes to 800, silver goes to $8." Do you think that's ever going to happen again? Do you really think that's ever going to happen again? I don't. I don't. Not to say there won't be some pullbacks, but with the uncertainty, the chaos, the war, the inflation, the debt, the deficits, there's only one way gold and silver are going, in my opinion, and that's straight up. I'm going to leave it there today. Have a blessed weekend. Be safe out there. God bless every one of you. Stay safe. Talk to all of you soon.